Hey everyone, it's Marco here, and it's not often I read about a game that blends in so many different genres that it just sounds too good to be true. This upcoming game is set to blend the open world gameplay from the likes of GTA and Assassin's Creed, the building and NPC interaction elements from the likes of The Sims, the economy and tycoon elements from the Anno series, the farming mechanics from Stardew Valley, and the military strategy intensity of Mount and Blade. This, my friends, is the Bustling World, and it's all set in ancient China along with these incredible hand-painted visuals. So on paper, this open world strategy, stealthy, life sim RPG sounds like my dream game. But I'm also going to be a bit cautious here. So in this video, I'll be breaking down the Bustling World, or Hustling World more like, to see if it's worth adding to your radar or not. So let's begin. So what do you actually do in the game? Well, according to the devs, the Bustling World offers players a dynamic and interactive RPG experience. Okay, so it's a role-playing game at its core, but it goes far beyond that. In the game, you'll also be able to farm, raise livestock, build homes, establish governments, plan cities, develop diplomacy, wage wars, and much, much more. Now, I've been keeping my eye on this game for some time, which had a troubled Kickstarter, which I'll get to later, but they just released a new trailer in December, and my gosh, was my interest well piqued. See, the goal of the Bustling World is for you to shape your own journey through a range of different activities. Want to live the life of a farmer, or maybe a trader, or maybe a successful business tycoon, or maybe protecting your homeland from enemy forces, or maybe even becoming a hero of the people. The game is set to give players unparalleled freedom. Now, I'm totally on board with this, and it's not uncommon for RPGs to have these different various gameplay routes. So way back I was very impressed, but then the second trailer dropped and it also highlighted much of the RPG combat and adventure elements. Yeah, if you're a fan of games like Assassin's Creed, Shadow of Mordor, or Metal Gear Solid, then you might really get a kick out of this part here. The Bustling World comes with treasure hunting, lockpicking, and bounty hunting, but then there's also this combat, and I was like, damn, this looks really cool. But what's more is that you can also tailor the game to your different fighting styles. You've got the sneaky assassin, you've got long-range combat with crossbows, or if you want melee combat, you've got swords and shields. And what's more is that they've also got horseback riding that just looks like some kind of ancient GTA, and I mean, it's got chariot racing or driving too, and then you'll be able to upgrade these chariots. I don't know, it just looks crazy cool. So while watching this trailer, I was like, okay, cool, this is looking good. But then right at the end of the video, it shows off this epic whirlwind trebuchet, which the devs have mentioned that the game will include some tactical strategy with some intense war scenarios. Plus, to keep you entertained through all of this, the Bustling World also seems to be taking some notes from GTA or Yakuza, where you'll be able to partake in various minigames like culinary showdowns, martial arts, or even some chariot racing. And while all of this is happening, the world is going to be alive. These citizens will have their own unique character traits and family bonds, where your choices will help shape the city around you. These citizens will be living their best lives, like running stores, building houses, avenging their family, you know, the usual. And what a world it is. The first thing you'll notice about the Bustling World is its stunning art direction. It's inspired by traditional Chinese art, where the visuals are a harmonious blend of watercolor-like palettes and intricate details. From bustling markets to serene villages, every location feels alive. Plus, it's also going to have different seasons and different weather effects. And in the latest trailer, they also showed off some traditional Chinese cultural activities like the iron flower performances, lion dances, and even fortune telling. But what makes it cool is that every player begins the Bustling World as just an ordinary individual. As you progress, you'll traverse different towns, claim territory to establish your own clan, attract residents, and ultimately ascend to the position of Empire's ruler. Regarding the family mechanics, yes, you can actually have romances with NPCs, have children, and create a family of your own. Which really reminds me of playing The Sims, but much like The Sims, you'll also be able to build up houses and other buildings. As according to the devs, it'll also have this in-depth building system that features over 2,000 authentic components. If you're a fan of the ancient Chinese setting, then you'll be able to design and decorate your establishments with various furniture, tools, and artwork. And yeah, you can tell that the devs really went hard with the authenticity here. But does building a homestead suggest the process of building up an empire in some way? Well, establishing a home is not a prerequisite for building an empire in the game. These are separate mechanics. You'll have the freedom to choose the elements you wish to include in your gameplay experience. And now over the holidays, I played a ton of Luma Island, and I played a bit of Stardew Valley back in the day. So yeah, seeing all the farming aspects really has me curious here. It might put a lot of people off, but let me tell you, farming in games is pretty cathartic. The game is set to have over 60 different plant or crop types from ancient times, where you'll really need to put in the effort to make sure that they stay alive and that they don't end up like your current indoor houseplants. But it's also got animals too, and different farm animals, and it's got over 30 of them. I can't even name 30, but they're saying that they're going to be used for riding and combat too. But then you have the Tycoon side of the game. In the Bustling World, you'll be setting up and managing businesses. And it doesn't just look like surface level management here like you're some kind of CEO. Nah, you're going to be hiring employees, engaging in promotional activities, and trying to take down your competition. So yeah, it's going to have a whole business management side of the game too. And then if we take a step back, there's also tons of grand strategy elements weaved into the game. Much like Civilization, I guess, where you're going to have various policies like military, culture, economy, and research, where here you'll get to unlock these strategic cards to improve the development of the cities. And yeah, cities. It's not going to just be one, you're going to be running multiple cities here. This is where diplomacy comes into the game, where there will be other NPC factions doing their thing, whom of which you'll be able to forge alliances with, do some trading, and of course, large-scale warfare, which, if it's anything like Mount and Blade, I am just so looking forward to. And believe it or not, this massive project started with just 2 people. They've been working on the game since 2019, pouring their hearts and soul into every aspect. From motion capture to voice acting, everything is crafted by hand with no reliance on generative AI. And I'm all for that. Over time, the team has expanded to around 30 developers, but the passion and vision of the original duo remain the driving force. Unfortunately, the team Firewoe Games did actually have a Kickstarter campaign for the game in 2023, but after a few months and raising just over $10,000, they decided to personally halt the campaign. Why? Well, they wanted to address player feedback, expand the game's scope, and ensure a multi-platform release. And unlike most cancelled campaigns, they refunded all pledges and even promised free game keys to backers upon release. But will all this goodwill translate into a finished game? Well, fast forward to today, and the game's latest trailer has really got a lot of people interested. The Steam page is live, and the excitement for this game is reaching an all-time high. So with many promises, it's not hard to be a little skeptical. A game like this is just so ambitious, and it could just easily collapse under its own weight. So yeah, there are some potential challenges, one of which is the overloaded systems. It's combining life simulation, strategy, city building, and action-adventure elements, and it's quite a tall order. So will all these mechanics mesh seamlessly, or will it somehow feel underdeveloped on release? Then there's the timeline, and there's no official release date yet. I did chat to the team on Discord, and they couldn't give a date for this year, so hopefully next. But you never know, with more attention and more people adding it to their wishlist, it might really help reduce that timeline, I don't know, getting it out sooner. So despite these concerns, I'm really optimistic about the Bustling World. But for me, it's going to be one of 2 things. It's either going to be a masterpiece, a game that really stands out for games that really think outside the box, or it's going to completely flop and really underdeliver. Nothing is for certain, but all I know is that it's ambitious, innovative, and a little bit crazy in the best way possible. But is it too good to be true? Whether you're a fan of city builders, strategy games, or life sims, there's something here for everyone. So what do you think? Is the Bustling World going to be your dream game? Or are you skeptical that it can live up to its promises? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like or even subscribe to see more videos like this. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.